Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Andres, and thank you for tuning in with coachingwithandres.com. I'm having a blast doing these videos. Honestly, I'm so grateful and appreciative for all of your time, your input, and your viewership on my videos because I love what I do. And honestly, you guys keep me motivated, keep me inspired to keep on doing what I'm doing. So that being said, today we're going to talk about a subject that we've all been there. Personally, I've been there. Clients, a lot of stories in those scenarios. Women who I want to share some stories with you on the side of it as well. It's a tough one, but I want to bring some optimism to a situation that might not be so pleasant. The topic is get over a breakup today. How do I get over a breakup today? I know. You've either been the breaker-upper or you've been the breaky-uppy. I don't even know if those are words, but we'll use them. But we've all been there. I've done both in a sense, and I'm sure either one of you has done both as well. And it's a tough thing. It's a very, it's a hurtful thing. It's a sad thing. It's a lonely thing. It's just, so I'm trying to be as sensitive and empathetic towards as possible with this topic. But we have to look at the bright side of things. We have to turn a negative into a positive. That's all about life. That's what we got to do. We got to live and learn. So how do we get over a breakup today in the healthiest way? I know there's other unhealthy ways of doing things, and I know there's overcompensating. I know there's kind of casually doing a lot of things with certain people they don't want to do and have regrets. I understand that. But that usually kind of takes you away from further in life of where you want to go and who you want to be with and who you want to be. Get over a breakup today. That's a tough one. I know it is. So number one, to get over a breakup today, do you have any regrets? The regrets are tough. The could have, the should have, the would have. It's tough to live with that. But you want to come to a level of fruition, a level of clarity, a level of closure to understand and admit that. Be aware of those things. Make sure you can almost identify what they were so you know you're not repeating that again. Even if you're right or wrong, even if you're the one who broke up, even if you're the one who got broken up with, be aware of what you can learn from it. These are all learning experiences. If you get fired, if you get hired, if you fall in love, if you fall out of love, if you make love, if you break up, it's all inevitable. We're all going to always suffer some level of failure or breakup or fall down. It's just the way life is. That's how we enjoy the ups in life. With every, let's say, every bump, there's a bounce. With every red light, there's a green light. With every sunset, there's a sunrise. It's just the way everything's built in life. So you have to give yourself the best chance to get back up and try again. How do we get over a breakup? By taking a little ownership, accountability, responsibility of, did I have any regrets? What could I have done from that? What could I have learned from that? Because as soon as you start processing what you could have done, should have done, would have done, you're starting to have the healing process. You're not in denial, saying, I did everything perfect. How could he? I did everything perfect. What's wrong with him? I know, it's tough. So again, I'm not discrediting what you did do or didn't do, and I'm not trying to devalue what you did do or didn't do. But to move on, you have to find some level of clarity, some level of closure, some level of forget, forgive, forget, let go. Because we want to try again down the road, within a reasonable time, of course. So I know it's a sensitive subject. But having regrets and holding on to them or being in denial of them will slow you down and keep you stuck in that breakup moment, in that funk, as long as possible. Misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to tell you with the clients of mine who've been in that scenario. And I tell them, I was like, give yourself the time to grieve. Give yourself your time to feel sad and mourn the situation. But give yourself a deadline. Because life is still going on. Life is still moving. There will be more time. There will be more options. There will be more dating. There will be more men. You have to get yourself up at the right time, naturally, comfortably, confidently, to be there again. So again, taking ownership of it is the first step. Number two kind of stems from number one. Do you have any regrets? Basically, not being in denial of the situation, accepting it. So number 2 is basically a stemmed branch off of that. Being objective to why it didn't work out. Acknowledging the situation, the issue, the problem, whatever it is, the circumstance, yours, his, whatever, and being objective to say, how could I prevent that? How can I learn from that? Being objective. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it from a different point of view, looking at it from an outside point of view, not where you're so engaged emotionally, so blinded by the situation where you feel like you did nothing wrong. I have no regrets. No, acknowledge the regrets, acknowledge the things that didn't go well and why you maybe did or didn't do something that didn't do well with the relationship, and take ownership by being objective about it, not subjective. We're not trying to be the victim of anything. Obviously, there's certain scenarios and relationships that I've talked to where we can go to that route where it's certain sensitive moments, and I mean a lot of respect towards those, but in the general way of breaking up, the general way of how relationships don't work out, be objective, be open-minded, be self-aware of what you could have done differently and what you want to do differently. Learn from this experience. Just like we've done before when you don't do well on a school test. What do? You study, you work hard, and you try to do better. Just like you do if you try out for a sports team and you don't make it. You go back to the gym or go back to the courts and you try to practice more and more and you try to make the next team. If you fail your driver's license, what are you not going to drive the rest of your life? Come on, you get back, you try, and you do it again. But you acknowledge being objective to what you didn't do. I was not prepared enough. I was not patient enough. I was too selfish. He didn't really treat me well, and I basically stayed in there longer than I needed to. So again, I'm talking about if he was the problem or if you were the problem. It doesn't matter. The point is the breakup happened. How can I be objective to that to learn from it? From his standpoint of what I didn't like and don't want, and from my standpoint, which I could have done better and been a little more honest with myself. That's huge self-reflection. When you have that level of self-reflection and self-awareness, you're always going to win the game. You're always going to win yourself because you're open to learning and growing and evolving. That is love. That is attraction. That is valuable. No one has a perfect relationship. No one has a perfect marriage. The idea is to live and learn from each situation and not repeat the mistakes. That's the whole key. So when you're in a breakup situation, don't ignore the regrets. Don't deny them. Confront them. Look at them. Don't be afraid of them. They're not going to do anything to you unless you weigh them over you. And this is from a quote a friend of mine said the other day, and it's such a deep quote, and I love it. And I've told a few of my clients in the situation with a tough breakup. You can't control a bird flying over your head, but you can control it nesting in your mind. Think about that. You can't control a bird flying over your head. That's inevitable. They're always going to. They fly. We don't. But you can control it from nesting in your mind. Basically, you can't control things that you can't control, but you can control it from running in your mind, weighing you down, like sitting in a rocking chair. It's something to do, but you're not getting anywhere. You're just processing the same shit. Now, excuse my French, the same shit over and over and over and over, and not doing anything about it. It's like the spinning wheel a hamster goes on. Don't allow it to nest in your mind. Confront the situation. Take objective approaches to the situation and learn from the situation. That is the healing process of getting over a breakup quicker than you think. Trust me, it works. And it's not even about breakup with relationships. It's failure in life. Trust me, you have to do something about it. You want to be part of the solution or part of the problem? If you want different results, it requires different actions. So again, it's not necessarily about a breakup. It's about life, failure, falling down, not succeeding, striking out, whatever. Don't let it nest in your head. Focus, figure it out, be the problem solver, and do something about it to move on. Because that's part of a healing process in anything in life, not just breakups, but it does work with breakups. Number 3, get over a breakup today. Okay. Well, ironically, I would love for you to check out my product on how to love a man, because it's more about understanding trials and errors in life, adversity, obstacles, challenges, breakups, failures, falls. This whole product, How to Love a Man, it's all about how to love yourself by going through breakups, going through failures, going through falling down. And I worked really hard on this. I believe it's like a 90+ minute audio product on how to learn who you were, who you are, and who you want to be. So How to Love a Man is a title, but there's a lot of titles you can really change the words on because it's a product for you. And I want you to challenge yourself to check it out and let me know what you think about it. I'd really appreciate that. So number 3 is part of the healing process and everything that we've gone through life through tough times. If it's loss in the family, if it's health problems, if it's adversity at work, personal insecurity, or breakups. Clarity and closure. I've talked about this in the past videos, forgiving, forgetting, letting go. Now that you've taken some objective approach to it to understand what you can basically be practical about the situation, not so emotional, be a little more logical, not be so erratic with the situation, right? Then you also understand the regrets of saying, I could have done this. I'm not ignoring my mistakes. I'm not ignoring I'm going to confront that. So I don't have regrets, you know what I mean, for my future relationship. The third one is when you're turning the corner from that. You're literally, mentally, spiritually turning the corner because now you've created clarity and closure and you're moving on. When you turn that corner of clarity and closure with number 3, you're now over the breakup and now you're almost with the makeup with yourself and you're starting to feel good. You're starting to move on. Not necessarily to go date somebody else or fall in love or be, going on numerous dates and whatever. No. You've done the self-help. The self-healing, the self-awareness of understanding to take things accountable in your life, in your world. Because he's obviously not going to do it. And other people are not going to do it for you. So you better do it. It's up to you. So when you turn that corner of clarity and closure, it's very exciting to turn that corner in life because you start to see that and you're like, wow, I learned so much from my experiences, from my past, from my relationship, from him. Thank you. I'm not mad anymore. I'm not resentful. I don't have any remorse anymore. I've grown from it. And now I'm heading towards a better relationship that's better for me because I've bettered myself. All about self-love, clarity, and closure. Number 4. So before we get into the last final one on how to get over a breakup today, I would love and appreciate your subscription. As well as a like if you happen to like this video. If you dislike it, no problem. I don't even know if you're going to do it or not because I don't know if your name is behind it. But it's always funny. I do count the dislikes. I'm always curious. I'm like, all right, I'm competitive. So I'm like, I want to see more likes than dislikes. But if you dislike it, that means I need to work harder. That means I need to do better. And I'll do it. I will. I like the challenge. I embrace the challenge. So again, with comments, opinions, criticism, feedback, don't be shy. Leave it out there. I like to respond to them. Number 4, how to get over a breakup today. Well, we talked about regrets, confronting them, not denying them. Then we talked about being objective with the situation, not subjective with the situation. Then we talked about clarity and closure, turning that corner in life. What's the 4th one? How do I really stamp that breakup and throw it away and move forward? Well, it's about life, people. It's about life, not necessarily about relationships or him or the breakup. And it's not taking life for granted. Simple as that. Not taking life for granted. It's one life. It's precious. You don't know what can happen. We just went through a global pandemic. I mean, were you wearing the gloves and wearing the mask and sanitizing your strawberries and bananas and your yogurt and your milk? It was a little crazy, wasn't it? We already experienced pretty much one of the craziest things we've all done in 2020, and it's still going on in some form. Are we going to take life for granted and let that breakup stench stay with us for as long as it doesn't need to be? I respect the time where it should be, and I respect the time that you need to understand and heal from it. But to let it drag on forever, you're literally slowing yourself down for another opportunity. Not even towards love, but towards having a good time with yourself, good energy, good opportunities. Things are going to happen. Like I said, with every red light, there's a green light. With every bump, there's a bounce. You have to prepare yourself to understand that in life, you're going to fail. Get over it. You're going to fall. Get up. And if you happen to be broken up, get back on the horse. That's life. There's a lot of symbolism and metaphors with love and relationships, with also living a life of happiness, and peace. And that's the idea of not taking things for granted. Be humbled, be grateful, be present, and appreciate that you have an opportunity to try again. All right? Thank you so much for watching this video. I've had a blast talking about this specific topic. If you guys have any questions, please be more than happy to leave that, as well as if you're interested in any services. I'm always here for you. And check out my product. I'm curious what you guys think. Thank you.